All right, welcome to my favorite section of the year, 6.3, Solving Linear Systems by Elimination. Okay, so we've already done graphing. We've already done substitution. The third method is called elimination. So to use elimination, make sure all the terms are lined up vertically. What I mean by that is you want the x's on top of x's, the plus signs on top of plus signs, the y's on y's, the equals lined up, and the constant lines up. Sometimes you have to rearrange if that's not the case. Then you're going to examine the coefficients. You want two of the coefficients to be exact opposites. Now what I mean by exact opposites is like maybe a 4x lined up with a negative 4x, or a negative 2y lined up with a positive 2y. Exact opposites means they're going to cancel when you add them together. So it's like the positive and negative version of the same number. Those are exact opposites. Okay, and then once you have that, you're going to add the two equations together. And then you're going to solve for the one variable left. And then use that value to plug in to solve for the other. Okay, so if you look at the example, do we have any exact opposite variables? Well, 1 and negative 3 are not exact opposites. 2 and 2 are close, but they're not opposites. So no. Some of you might be saying, well, these are opposite, but we want a variable. We want one of the variables to be exact opposites. Okay, so if they're not, you need to draw a parenthesis in and multiply either one or two of the equations by something to make them be exact opposites. So some of you might be thinking, what if we multiplied the top equation by negative 1? Let's see what would happen. So we're going to distribute the negative 1 to all three pieces here. Okay, so now it's negative 1x, negative 2y equals negative 12. Let me move this over. And then I'm going to say that we do not need to change the second one, so I'm just going to recopy it. It's negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 12. Nothing changed. Now do you guys see opposites? See how now we have a negative 2 and a positive 2? Now we're ready to add the equations going down. All right, so let's go ahead and add. Okay, this is always adding, so put like a plus sign. This is always adding. What's negative 1x plus negative 3x? Well, that's negative 4x. Now here's the cool part. Here's why it's called elimination. What's negative 2y plus 2y? They cancel, right? It's 0. So they eliminate, so I'm just going to cross them off. And then equals, what's negative 12 plus negative 12? That's negative 24. So now you're down to one variable, and this is super easy to solve. Divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, so x equals 6. Isn't that awesome? That's elimination. All right, now that you found x, you're going to have to plug it back in and try to find y, and it does not matter where you plug it in. I'm going to plug it into my original top function here. Okay, so if x is 6, I'm going to plug it into x. So now it's going to be 6 plus 2y equals 12, right? I'm just plugging 6 into x, and I'm recopying that first equation. And now you guys are solving for y, so draw your wall and solve for y. So minus 6, minus 6. We're pros at this. You get 2y equals 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. y is 3. And then just as before, whenever you're solving a system, write your answer as an ordered pair, x comma y, so the final answer is 6 comma 3. And then if you wanted to check it, you would plug them in, and it should work for both. Okay, let's try one more by elimination. We'll do one easy one and then one hard one. Okay, here's an easy one. Why is number 1 so easy? Don't we already have opposites? 2 and negative 2? So we don't have to multiply at all. We can just go straight to adding because these opposites are already going to cancel. Okay, so this one's easy because they were already opposite. All right, let's add the rest. 3 plus 5y is 8y, and 11 plus 13 is 24. Super easy to solve. Divide by 8, divide by 8, so y is 3. And then you're going to take that 3 and you're going to plug it into one of the equations above. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to do the top one, but it doesn't matter. So if y is 3, I'm going to plug it in for y and solve for x. Okay, so now we're at 2x plus 3 times y. We're going to sub in 3 equals 11. And your job is to solve for x. Okay, so this reduces to 2x plus 9 equals 11. And then draw your wall and solve. Okay, so minus 9, minus 9. We get 2x equals 2. And then divide by 2, x equals 1. So that was an easy one. Final answer is an ordered pair, x comma y. The solution is 1 comma 3. And again, feel free to check it. Oh, there you go. Okay, feel free to stop it now if you want, but I think we should do one more where you have to multiply in first. Okay, so why don't we try one more? Let's do number 4. Okay, so as you notice, there aren't any opposites. 4 and 5 are not opposite. 3 and 3 are close, but they're not opposite. And then these don't matter because they're not a variable. So what do you guys think? What could we multiply by to make one of the variables opposite? And I hope you guys are thinking, if we have a positive 3 and a positive 3, what if we multiplied one of them by negative 1 to make it negative 3 and positive 3? So let's try that. So if you distribute the negative 1 into all 3 pieces, you get negative 4x, negative 3y equals negative 2. Now the second equation, I don't think we need to change at all, so I'm just going to recopy it. 5x plus 3y equals negative 2. And there they are. Now we have opposite y's, so we're ready to add like terms going down. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1x. Negative 3 plus positive 3y will eliminate. And then negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4. Oh, and we're done. Okay, cool. So x is negative 4. Already we're done with x. And then once you find x, you're going to plug it back in to try to find y. And let's see how that goes. I'm going to pick, why don't we pick the bottom one this time? It doesn't matter. You pick. If x is negative 4, I'm going to plug it in to x. And let's see what we get. So it's 5 times negative 4 plus 3y equals negative 2. And now that you've plugged in negative 4 for x, your job is to find y. So this simplifies to negative 20 plus 3y equals negative 2. And then you know the drill, draw the wall, and solve. So add 20, we get 3y equals 18, divide by 3, y is 6. All right, we got x, we got y. Final answer is the ordered pair, -4, 6. All right, so that's called elimination. Thank you for watching.